Welcome. As we can see, quite a common occurrence. There is no warm-up for today's ride. Stage 5 Tour de Zwift. It's the 2015 UCI Worlds course in Richmond. We're in the A group today, so we are doing 3 laps. With the lead-in into the laps, we're looking at about 50k. So as is often the case with jumping straight on, no warm-up, straight away the legs are feeling burst. We're only just maintaining 200 watts. To be fair, we're not racing, we've just got to focus on keeping it quite steady and getting the miles done. At this point, we're looking at time on the bike. We of course have yesterday's 3-hour race in the legs. Now there's a story. So there's no race footage. Monday mornings I quite often jump on and do a race from the 3R, so it used to be the WBR guys. It's usually a flat ride. It takes about 40-45 minutes. Yesterday was no exception. 3 laps, Volcano Flat in the Sea Cat. Good bunch. Up near the front in that cat, working, checking the power. Make sure you're not too far off the front, make sure you're not too far off the back. Racing smart. Good race essentially. So as I normally do when I'm racing, I've got the live cab on Zwift Power open. I'm about a lap and a half in, and I see that next to my name, down the side, there's a little B. When you look at your listing on Zwift Power, down the left you've got your cat, or the cat that you're riding in currently, and if you're in the wrong one, you get a slightly smaller letter to your left, and that's what I had a small B, and I thought that's strange because I've not managed to go over the cat limits, maybe once or twice in the past few months. I've only obviously come back into riding and racing, specifically racing, with the winter training starting and getting ready for Mallorca. Anyway, I'm getting to the end. There's a guy way out the front looking at the cat limits, so I know that he's getting DQ'd, so I'm not chasing him. I'm watching the other riders around me make a little break just as we come up the little rise out of the volcano area before we turn left. I've got a feather, so I know it's no good. A B cat rider jumps first, got an aero, and he's up and away, so I'm on the limit, pushing hard to catch his wheel. I pump my feather and really dig in, and I come up and over the top, and with the speed that I'd built up plus the feather, I go past him, and then we're onto the downhill, and it's a case of tucking in, pushing hard and driving for the line. Now at this point I'm pushing 4.5, 5 watts per kilo. That's a kilometre downhill. That's a long sprint. Didn't make it. I tied up just before the end. I just couldn't do any more. To be fair, he was beat. It was also a B. It didn't really matter that he rolled past me just at the line. Effectively, on the line, I was first because there was a C in front of me and he was DQ'd. I get changed, have a shower, get ready for work, check back onto Zwift Power, and I'm not there. And I'm thinking, well, that's a bit odd. And I look on my profile and I've got the dreaded grey UPG upgrade next to my name. I go back to the race and I see that one of their stats is that Zwift Power cats supersede watts per kilo. So it doesn't matter how you perform, you need to ride in the cat that Zwift Power says you should. So Zwift Power has just put me up to cat B. I checked with one of my teammates who's in behind the scenes with Zwift Power, and it turns out that there's not enough data giving me my average, so they take my 3 best rides where I have just eked over 3.2 watts per kilo. So the average 3.205, so 0.05 of a watt per kilo. I've been putting up a cat, so now cat B. A little bit harsh, especially when you look at the 3 that it's taken and each 3 are successively getting slightly slower and slightly slower. Going the other way, to be honest. Should be getting fitter. Anyway, can't be it is, can't be it will be. Been a long time since we rode on Richmond. It's a good track, I like it. It's tough. Some good sprints, a couple of nice climbs. Okay, we're halfway. Something we've not spoken about on the channel, which is surprising because every man and his dog has, and that's esports and the announcements that have been made recently. And then of course big news in the world of Zwift is the announcement of the KSL, the KISS Super League. What's your opinions on esports? It's a very divided topic, just like there's some traditional who never use an indoor trainer, don't believe in training indoors, it's always outdoors. And then there's those that, yeah, they'll use it, but they don't see what Zwift is all about. Computer game after all to them. And you know, over the last couple of years, the conversations I've had with club riders who don't understand and just try and rip the mick because they don't understand. You know, you're out on the Sunday club run. No, all right, you're sitting in with your Xbox controller. So now that we're coming into the realms of esports, and there's been a couple of little toes dipped in the water, what with CR, and we've had Aussie Crit Championships, that type of thing. What do you think? So the KISS Super League is a league on Zwift, professional teams. We've also now got the announcement of the KISS Women's Super League, and then inside the men's peloton we also have community team, community all-stars, led by some of the best Zwift racers, amateur racers, So the exact ins and outs and regulations governing the KSL, they're not known as yet. So there's going to be some form of verification with weight and the power that they're using. Whether that power is displayed in game, I'm not sure. It's interesting because normally you see professional riders, they're not normally willing to divulge what their power data is when they're doing rides on Strava or what have you. Now I would have thought we're not going to have that information blanked out in Zwift, because that's a vital component of the game. Okay, so here we are, we're back to the back end of lap 2. So we've got the 3 climbs. So yeah, what's your thoughts on the esports, and specifically the KISS Super League? Drop me your comments down below, it'll be good to read them. As I say, that event will be starting soon, so we'll have a lot more to talk about. So quite a cruisy pace today. Obviously putting some effort in the hills. You don't really have much choice. Stage 6 coming up. Hopefully get a chance to do that at the weekend. 7 maybe on Tuesday, not sure. Need to skip it out. And then 8 and 9, unfortunately, I'm away to Manchester to see the GB Track Championships. So we'll have to do the catch-up days. I think it's the week after, or yeah, I think it's the week after. If we want to win this blue Tour de Zwift jersey that unfortunately we will never wear, because we always wear our KRT kit. But you know what, it's good to have that. It's not about the jersey, it's about getting on and doing the riding, trying to fit it into the race, the training schedule. 50k is relatively easy, helps me today. Try and keep the mileage up. It's dipped a little bit in the first couple of weeks of January. So just under 11k to go, and I've definitely a little bit of a mental block here. I'm starting to get pain in my leg. The calf's a bit crampy. The insole, I had to just loosen my shoe a bit more as well. I'm stuck firmly in zone 1. The mind's starting to play little tricks on you, doubting whether you can actually get on and do it, you know, and just, it's only a Zwift ride, just get off whenever you want. Trouble is, as I've said before, unless you're pushing yourself dangerously into areas that you shouldn't be in, I think the more times you give up, the more times that then stays in your brain at the back, and it says, oh, you know, you did it before, so you could do it again. And certainly I'm thinking ahead to Mallorca. It's going to be a hard ride, very, very hard, hardest I've ever done. But I need to be completely mentally focused for that one. Obviously we're doing what we can to get there in a physical shape, but we've got to be working on our mind as well. We can't be having any doubts on that day. Hopefully nice weather. There's a lot of climbing to be done, a lot of hours in the saddle, so the last thing we want is any little niggles going on in the back of the brain. So that's the sort of internal struggle. get off, no, stay on, get off, no, stay on, you know. And every cyclist will have gone through that at some point. But 9k to go, I'm not stopping. It's going to take me a while, especially now that I'm pushing about 100 watts. But we'll get there. We'll keep plodding on. Okay, 6k, 3 climbs, and we're done. There we go, 49.2 kilometers done. Food is with stage 5. Whoo! We'll just take it up to the even 50. There we go, that clicked into orange. So let's finish the ride there. Nice ride. Tough on the legs, even going at that slow speed today. As I say, little mental block. Just on the third lap. Get around about here, that was really quite a struggle. But that's good. Almost an hour and a half on the bike, 50k done, 90 TSS. That's good for the week. That's going to be it for today's video, so please drop me a thumbs up, smash that like button, tickle it, you know the drill, just use it. Spread the video, let's share the love. And as ever, I'll see you again soon for some new videos.